California Heartland is made possible by the James G. Boswell Foundation, committed to sharing the stories and successes of California growers. Bank of America, Bank of Opportunity.
Funding provided in part by the California Farm Bureau Federation, proud publishers of California Country magazine. More information is available at californiacountry.org. And by the Almond Board of California. California almonds, loved around the world, grown in California's heartland. And by Real California Milk. This seal ensures your favorite dairy brands are made exclusively with Real California Milk. More information at realcaliforniamilk.com.
All right, another heifer calf. Future milker here.
Meet a dairyman turning manure into megawatts. It's cow power, keeping California green.
That is the way I like to do wine tasting.
Get out your sneakers and your wine glasses. There's a new way to taste wine in downtown Napa. Join us on the Wine Walk.
Save these because this is some of the best mulch going. It's windy.
And mulch can be a farmer's gold. Learn how you can use the stuff to beef up your backyard. Next on California Heartland. From your backyard to the back country, in a field or on your family table, it's all about what keeps California moving and growing. This is California Heartland.
Hey girl, another newborn?
Welcome to a day on the dairy.
All right, another heifer calf. Future milker here.
Vintage Dairy in western Fresno County operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Knows how to suck already.
David Albers, a third-generation dairyman, runs this place. Here, each cow produces 8 gallons. That's 73 pounds of milk a day. And a newborn enters the world every few hours.
Breathing good, coughing a little bit, just a little tiny bit of fluid in his lungs. So I always loved it. I was one of 3 sons, and we used to rotate chores on the dairy and had a schedule and would have to do different things. But I always enjoyed the work part of it.
But milk is not the only thing being made here at Vintage Dairy. Believe it or not, they're helping make your power.
The cows eat quite a bit. They eat over 100 pounds of feed a day, and they produce 2 great revenue sources for us. One, of course, is milk, nature's perfect food, producing 73 pounds a day. But the other is about 100 pounds of manure. But we're able to capture that manure now and turn it into something positive.
Vintage Dairy is the first dairy in California to harness methane from manure and turn it into renewable natural gas for PG&E.
When most people see a pile of manure, they see simply that, a pile of manure. You know, it gets a lot of laughs, but I think because people think that we're taking manure and turning it into gas, which we're not.
Besides being a lifelong dairyman, he's an environmental lawyer. Getting his law degree was a crucial step for the family farm.
We only focus on our dairies, getting milk in the tank. That's all we know how to do, and that's what we're good at. But everything that affects the revenue side of our business and the public policy side of our business is made by people in suits, people who are highly educated. But you know, they don't own cows. And so I thought, I need to be one of those suits in order to make sure that the dairy industry remains viable in California for my kids. So I thought to become one of those suits, I needed to be a lawyer. So off to law school I went.
And after law school came the cases that really got him thinking.
I would represent dairy farmers going through a permit process, and in almost every case from '99 to the present, somebody might oppose the dairy.
Oppose the dairy because cow manure produces methane, and methane impacts the environment. That's when David decided to turn a problem into a solution. Bioenergy solutions, to be exact.
With some of the legislation that's passed in the last few years, the utilities have to have 20% of their power from renewable sources by 2010. Well, all of a sudden that got the utilities motivated. And all these years that I'd been knocking on their door trying to get them to take our power now that we're listening. We're standing here in the freestall barn where the cows eat, and when they eat, they have a tendency to go to the bathroom. And so what happens every day is several times a day, we will flush water down this alley. It's sloped at 1.5%, it's all concrete, and it'll pick up all this manure and bring it to a central location. So right here at our feet are grates, and so we'll pump 5,000 gallons a minute of recycled water, or just manure water, that comes out of the back end of the digester, and it'll just move all of this, and it'll be very clean. You can walk down here with flip-flops right after that.
Really?
And all of that, our goal is to collect all of that manure into the digester.
After the manure is drained from all the alleyways and the feed pens, it comes into this concrete pit. And a couple of pumps over here that after the pit fills up, pump the manure over to the third stage.
After the pumping process, the wet manure goes here to the solid separator where, you guessed it, separates solids from liquids.
So the manure that's drained off the solid separator winds up in this lagoon. This lagoon is a big manure pond, about 33 feet deep. I'm standing on a 60 mil HDPE cover. This is strong enough to hold me. Believe me, I engineered this cover. And what you're seeing in these parts that are puffing up is the methane gas that's bubbling up through 33 feet of manure and water as a result of the bacteria that are down in the bottom of this pond.
Technically called the anaerobic digester, the lagoon is the size of 5 football fields. And as the manure breaks down, gas is produced, sucked off, and sent to the on-site upgrade equipment, where methane gas is isolated.
This is the final step in the process. We've purified our biogas to methane. We've sent it over here to the upgrade station. We send it over to the very last stage in the process, where we sample the gas, and my personal favorite part, where we meter it as it goes into the pipeline so we know how much we'll get paid.
50,000 homes a day will get cow power, and Bioenergy Solutions is taking their act on the road, going to other dairies throughout the state offering the same service. It's great PR for them and for the California dairy.
Our goal is to keep our cows cool, dry, and comfortable all the time, or I guess in common language, keep them happy.
Right, California cows are happy cows.
That's right.
With 2 million dairy cows calling California home, Cow Power helps fuel the Golden State, the dairies, and the environment.
Boiled, barbecued, roasted, or raw, sweet corn in California is sweet any way you serve it. Last year, California popped the top off the amount of harvested sweet corn, 1 million tons of the stuff. A low-fat food, corn is low in sodium, cholesterol-free, and a great source of vitamin C and B. California sweet corn comes in 3 varieties, yellow, white, or bicolor. And whether you grow it or grab it, look for these signs of freshness. Evenly packed kernels that pop when you poke them, and a nice golden silk. Get creative with your corn. Forget the cob. Try pairing it with fresh California halibut. Here's Laura McIntosh bringing it home.
Well, thanks everyone for joining me. I'd like to introduce you to Janine. Hi, Janine.
Hi, Laura.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, most of you might not know, but Janine is from the East Coast, cooking now in the West Coast, which we love. And I want to know if there's a difference.
Absolutely. The produce is so much nicer out here. Everything that you can get out here is the best, I think, in the country.
What are you going to cook with us today?
We're going to have halibut
Okay.
with a chanterelle white corn and heirloom tomato ragu. We're going to start by putting the flesh side down first.
Okay. Remember that flesh side down first, okay?
The
Ooh,
other
that was
side
nice.
is the skin side.
Okay.
Okay. and
But
soon
you've
as-
taken the skin off, have you not?
I have.
You have, okay. So just remember that when you do that, which side to go down.
And as soon as this gets a little bit caramelized on the one side, then we'll place it in the oven and finish it off.
You're not flipping it at all?
No, not at all. Not
Okay.
until we take it out of the pan.
Okay, good. All right, right in the oven.
Right, it's in there. It's
Okay.
waiting for us on the set.
Okay.
We're going to start with a little butter.
Oh, good. And we're melting that down. So this is going to be our base for our sauté.
Yeah.
Okay, forget the oil. The oil's out.
Oil's done.
Okay.
We've used that already.
All right.
Okay, right from there, we're going to take some of the chanterelles,
They're
which
beautiful.
are gorgeous.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. I mean, look at that color. That's beautiful. Mm.
Do you want to put it beautifully in the pan?
I do. I think it's gorgeous. Okay, good to go.
Okay. And then right from there, we're gonna add some corn.
Okay. See, there's more to do than eat corn on the cob, although when it's this sweet, you absolutely must. It's a must to do that, but incorporate it in your dishes and salsas, a lot of different things you can do with it.
And then we're gonna add a little bit of shallot.
Okay, shallots now, any substitution?
Sweet white onion,
Okay.
or yellow onion.
Okay.
Okay. And then we're gonna add a little bit of our heirloom tomatoes.
Yeah.
And we'll season that with a little salt and pepper.
Okay. Now the halibut will stay in the oven for how long?
About 6 to 8 minutes on a
Okay.
375 degree oven.
Okay, and you saw how quick and easy it was on the stove top. We just got it to color a little bit and then we put it right in there. It was real easy to do.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna add just a little bit of sherry.
Oh, okay.
This is gonna bring out the sweetness in the corn and the mushrooms.
All right. And she's flipping it in that pan. Us at home, we could use a spoon or something that...
And then I'm gonna add some fiend herbs. Today I'm using dill and tarragon, a little bit of chive.
I like that. I smelt the dill. The dill is really strong, very, very fragrant. Almost.
It's still really delicate and it works great with the chanterelles.
Yeah, you know what? It is really delicate, but you can sure smell it.
You can.
Yeah, it smells great.
Okay.
Look at that.
And then one of my last favorite ingredients, white truffle oil.
Ah.
Smell that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys, it has an amazing smell and the taste is phenomenal. If you've never used it, here, this is a great recipe that calls for it. Check it out. You know, it is rather pricey,
Just a little.
but you can buy it in little small containers.
You can.
So just get a little and try it out and see if you like it. All right, we're gonna let that saute.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
We don't want to overcook it or anything. We're
right.
just gonna let it go. We'll check on our fish.
How's it looking?
Oh, it's looking really nice.
All right, look at that. Perfect. Well, look at that halibut. Are you happy?
I am.
She's happy. No, this looks absolutely beautiful. Moist. It looks moist.
It is. It's extremely moist. The butter really helps it.
Yeah, well, of course. And the chanterelles, the corn, it's here, it's fresh. And this one is easy for you to do at home. Remember, they are on our website. This looks fantastic.
Go ahead and try it.
Can I eat it?
Please.
All right.
A lot of times here in California, people ask me, what is that buttery quality I get in some of those Chardonnays? And that really comes from something called a malolactic fermentation. Malic acid is a type of acid that you'd get in a green apple. You know, it just gives you shivers up your spine. Lactic acid is actually the kind of acid you would get in a glass of milk, okay? So a malolactic fermentation converts the harsher malic acid to the softer lactic acid. So a Chardonnay that's gone through a malolactic fermentation will have a slight buttery quality to it, and that's where it came from.
Welcome to Annie's Annuals. And I am head clown.
The nursery. There's no business like nursery business. There's no business I know.
For Annie Hayes, a self-proclaimed flower floozy, business means dirt.
And touching the dirt is a very magical thing. I can be in the office all day and so stressed out, and I can come out here and in 5 minutes I'm completely at peace just by touching the dirt or touching the flowers.
Hi, are you Annie? Yeah.
Annie is the Annie of Annie's Annuals and Perennials, a nursery that grows thousands of unique and old world plants and flowers. Things your great-grandma may have had in her garden but have been lost over time. Tucked behind railroad tracks, past barbed wire fences, Annie's is a slice of country in industrial Richmond, and flower fans flock here.
Hi, ladies.
Today, a busload of people from the Central Valley made a 2-hour trek just to grab some goods. Things like this. It's a primrose that dates back to the 1500s in England.
You don't find that in a nursery in our area. You don't find it anywhere unless you do these specialty type of stores.
This is an echium, and it's from the Canary Islands. It's really rare. We're the only people in the United States to grow it.
Annie's Annuals is one of only a handful of nurseries in the country that grows the old-fashioned way, from seed.
We've tried to get this one plant from seed, but every time we got the seed, it was the wrong plant. And I would see it in books, and I'd just go insane, like, oh, I have to have this plant. I have to have this plant. These are the magical seeds. This is where it all starts.
It actually all started about 15 years ago when Annie, miserable in her office job, started working at a nursery and growing things from home.
So I collected some seeds and I put them in an old 6-pack with some dirt, and I put them in an old, pushed them in an old broken down shed that I had, and then every day I watered them. And about a week later, much to my dismay, my cat Jupiter walked all across the seed trays. And then about a week later, here comes the seeds. And the thing is, they only came up where the kitty cat had walked and left the footprint.
That secret of tamping down the soil gave birth to Annie's backyard business. These days, the operation is much more grand. Catalog and website orders are sent all over the world. And while Annie likes to clown around, she's serious about her plants.
This is one of my favorite plants. This is Delphinium elatum. And this is the mother of all delphiniums. Look how pretty that is, those two apricot poppies next to this red grass.
Hello, California Heartland.
And as today's visitors head off with a handful of green goodies, it seems they also come away from Annie's with a love of nurturing nature.
It's fun. It's like birth. Only it's a plant. You don't have to send it to college.
Annie's Annuals to me is a sea of beautiful plants that are just so special and hard to find and just unique and beautiful in every way possible.
You're welcome.
Pack your bags and grab your boots. It's time to hit the road with the Ag Traveler.
Looks like I'm power walking, right? What I'm really doing today is wine tasting.
That's right, tasting vino on the Napa Wine Walk. It's a new tasting tour that's about 15 blocks, and you can start and finish anywhere on the route. Just a few wineries featured along the walk: Stonehenge, Backroom Wines, and Mason Cellars.
It's wonderful walking across the bridge and from the B&Bs and the hotels that are right in the downtown area. They can just come out the front door and walk in, taste and dine.
With 17 tasting rooms in downtown Napa featuring wines from 150 wineries, consider saving time, money, and gas by hiking it. And for more bang for your wine buck, stop into a tasting collective like this one.
We have 18 wineries with us we build brands for and 20 labels. They're all premium, small produced, handcrafted wineries from Napa. Don't have their own tasting room, so they come to us.
Basically, you're bringing the wine tasting rooms to the people. Well, here's to the good life in Napa.
Back out on the walking wine trail, you are only steps away from the next sip of wine, or in this case, bite of wine at Annette's Chocolates.
We've got a port truffle here on the side, a winter Cabernet, our nice dark chocolate intended to go very nicely with wine, Chardonnay for those that like a light touch, and a white chocolate center with Chardonnay wine. And then this is our very mellow milk chocolate center Cabernet wine, and a lot of the wine flavors come through. They're luscious.
And you know, chocolate does go together so well with wine, so you've just taken out a step for us.
Absolutely, yeah.
That is the way I like to do wine tasting.
Just across from Annette's Chocolates inside the Oxbow Public Market is the world's smallest winery at Michael Mondavi's Folio Enoteca.
80 square feet.
80 square feet.
4 custom-built fermentation tanks. So it's we've got red wine, Cabernet, and here's Sauvignon Blanc being barrel fermented. So would you like me to draw out some cab? Practice right off the vine and crush. This is what it's all about. People want to be able to come and touch the barrels, stroke them, get the wine right out of the beaker.
Like, wait, okay, show me. How do you stroke a barrel?
Well,
this is like
rubbing somebody's tummy for good luck.
Really, it's like blessing it.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. People want to be able to touch it
and that's what I call a real hands-on experience.
Exactly right.
Next, shuffle on over to the Oxbow Cheese Merchant if wine and cheese is more your taste.
They should enhance each other but not overpower each other, like a good marriage. And this is from Goat's Leap, the Daphne. It's goat's milk, soft ripened, luscious.
You hit it with luscious.
Well, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Just cheese. No. Do I follow it up?
Now I take a sip of your wine, keep it in there, see what happens. Does it work?
It does. This walking, whining, and dining seems to be a winning combination.
You know, you park once and you're here for a couple hours and you're relaxed. I like it.
We like the idea that it combines food with the wine culture all in one central location.
What a great day to spend with friends, huh?
Mm-hmm. And it's just beginning.
Continuing our walking wine tour, and just down the block, stroll on through the edible garden at Copia, American Center for Wine, Food, and the Arts. And you just might cross paths with one of Copia's culinary instructors.
I have some fresh dill from our garden here. I'm going to add that in. That's kind of that, oh yeah, ingredient.
In one afternoon, we checked out Sandy Dominguez's cooking demonstration, a wine blending class, and Copia's high-tech version of wine tasting. You know, all this walking gave me real time to think. With all the money you save on gas, why not spend the night at the Napa River Inn and continue your walk in the morning after a fabulous breakfast and a few tips from their knowledgeable staff.
Copia is right next door to the Oxbow Public Market.
Bye. Thanks for your help.
Bye-bye.
Walking and wine. Why not try it next time you head to Napa? I'll drink to that.
Right.
Try these tips for doing it homegrown.
You know, farmers and backyard gardeners have something in common. They both want to save money, they both want to save time. Now, how can we backyard gardeners do this and yet grow the healthiest plants possible? With this stuff right here. It's called mulch. Let's go spread some around. There are a lot of great reasons to use mulch. First of all, when you add mulch beneath a plant, you're going to be conserving soil moisture, which means your water bill is going to be less. Also, when you add mulch beneath a plant, it's going to keep the soil warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer, which means you're going to have a healthier plant. And if you're tired of getting down on your hands and knees and pulling weeds, then you definitely want to add mulch because it suppresses weeds, so you're not spending so much time on your hands and knees. And finally, my favorite reason for adding mulch, it's a natural fertilizer. That means you're going to save a lot of money. There are a lot of sources for mulch, some of them free, some of them you have to pay for. I brought some to show you, and we're going to start with the free stuff. Your own lawn. That's right, after you cut your lawn, if you don't have a mulching mower, if you spread this out and let it dry and then apply it to your yard as a mulch about 2 inches thick, you have a great source for mulch. If you have a lot of pine needles, this makes a great acidic mulch beneath your gardenias, rhododendrons, azaleas, and camellias. Again, you'd want to make it about 2 or 3 inches deep throughout the entire understory of the plant. These are chipped tree parts. If you have a chipper shredder and you need to take down a tree, save these because this is some of the best mulch going. Spoiled hay makes a great mulch. You can put that around your vegetable garden as well. Now, there are some mulches you can buy that, well, frankly, look a lot better. Small bark looks good beneath rose bushes. Now, the only problem with small bark is it kind of blows away in a heavy wind, or if you use some sort of blower to blow leaves away, that may not be the best. What you may want instead is bigger bark, and bigger bark applied around your rose bushes, around your ornamental plants, looks really great and it lasts a long time. There's another mulch that's available. It's called shredded bark or gorilla hair. And it probably is among the nicer looking of the mulches, but the problem with this is it's highly flammable. So if you're a smoker, you may want to avoid this or quit smoking in the garden. Finally, there's compost, which makes a great mulch. This is just organic compost that, frankly, you can make from your own kitchen scraps or you can buy it in bulk. Rocks look great in a yard as a mulch and it will suppress weeds. But the downside to rocks, in the summertime, these rocks absorb a lot of heat, and that cooks the roots of your plants. Now there's another couple of sources of mulch that you may want to try in your vegetable garden. Come with me, I'll show you. Another couple of items you can use as mulch. This is called weed cloth. It is not plastic. It is actually made of a polymer that is permeable to air and water. It has two sides, a smooth side and a bumpy side. You want to put the smooth side on the top so that the air and water will flow through, and this does a great job of suppressing weeds. Some downsides to this: you're going to have to put something on top of it to hold it in place. And it doesn't really feed the soil because the mulch that may be on top holding it in place can't get through. But still, it'll do a good job of suppressing weeds. Something the old timers used to use, and you can use it in your vegetable garden, are sections of newspaper. Newspapers last about a season. Put them on about a section at a time, and it will suppress weeds. You have to put something on top. What's great about this is that at the end of the season, they'll have disappeared, so there's no cleanup. But again, you'll have to put something on top of it to hold it in place. And there's a couple of good ideas for some inexpensive mulches. Add some mulch. Hey, that's what I have to do right now. I'll see you.
That's California Heartland. For more information on any of these stories, go to californiaheartland.org. I'm Chris Boros. We'll see you next time.
To order a copy of this show, visit us online or call 1-888-814-3923. The cost is $14.95 plus shipping. California Heartland is made possible by the James G. Boswell Foundation, committed to sharing the stories and successes of California growers. Bank of America, Bank of Opportunity.
Funding provided in part by the California Farm Bureau Federation, proud publishers of California Country magazine. More information is available at californiacountry.org. And by the Almond Board of California. California almonds, loved around the world, grown in California's heartland. And by Real California Milk. This seal ensures your favorite dairy brands are made exclusively with Real California Milk. More information at realcaliforniamilk.com.